Hi, we are going on a long trip. We are going on a 17-day trip, and if you are planning a 15 to 21-day trip, I thought maybe you would be interested in some of my notes for vacation planning. So, clothing, layers is a key because if you want to save money, you may look at traveling in February, March, April. If you want to save money, you may be looking at traveling in September, October, November. So these are things to continue. So I'm putting together my list. I'm dealing with weather. I've looked at weather in all my locations and I've rounded it out. The lowest we're supposed to expect on average during that day over the last who knows how many years, like 10 years, is 35 degrees for the low and 70 for the high. So when I look at a mix of city and nature days and a mix of those temperatures, I want to pack in layers. I want to bring comfortable shoes, versatile pieces where I can mix and match my outfits. I am planning on washing the clothes at least one time. So I'll look at probably doing that at a hotel around mid-stay. So I wanted to give you a specific, compact and efficient packing list that you can look at to pack in one suitcase. Because if you're traveling to many hotels, many different things going on, you may not want a big, heavy suitcase, nor two, nor three. So I'm looking at packing for my tops, probably 3 short sleeve shirts or blouses, because I can always wear a jacket on top should I need to. Probably 2 long sleeve shirts, 2 lightweight sweaters. Now, when I say sweaters, I'm probably talking one pull over the head polo and one nicer sweater. I'm looking at having a t-shirt. Couple of t-shirts. I like to sleep in a baggy t-shirt so I can wear that during the day or at night, or I can have a thin, tighter t-shirt to work as a thermal layer for those days that I want to layer up and have a multiple different options. I also want to bring a dress. Now, if I'm just comfy cozy in a train cabin, not doing a whole lot, I can get a very, very comfy dress that's going to be non-wrinkle, wrinkle-free, that I can go to the dinner car in, and I can go to my room, I can lounge in, I'm not going to wrinkle it, I'm going to be comfy. So plan on at least one of those comfortable dresses, and probably a nicer blouse that you can wear to dinners when you're at one of your stops or something like that. Also might want to snuggle up, and if not that polo, maybe a flannel shirt. So we're going to mix and match that with no more than 9. Now again, we're looking at a 17 to 21 day journey. I'm not taking more than 9 shirts. Bottoms, I'm going to bring a maximum of 5. Now that does include the one dress that I've already talked about. So that leaves me with 4 bottoms, and I'm looking at 2 pairs of jeans or travel pants. A lot of us wear those stretchy kind of pants, so you do you, but I'm going to want to have 2 pair of those travel pants, as I call them, which also double as kind of fancy. And then I'm going to bring a pair of tighter pants that look like real pants, but they're leggings, okay? They're leggings, but they're not tights. And then I want a pair of lightweight hiking, because I love in the nature. So I want ideally waterproof pants for that of my total of 4 pair of pants I'm bringing. Outerwear, I'm going to bring a packable winter jacket that squishes down to pretty much nothing. And my favorite, you can get your bags to completely push out the air, flatten that baby, and it doesn't take up much space. So whereas some people say, I need one suitcase just for my jacket. No. You can shop right. You can pack right. So we're going to go into that, and I'm going to show you all of these pieces in another video. Hit that subscribe button because we're talking travel. We're talking travel a lot. Okay, so now for the outerwear, I also have to have a rain jacket, which is also my windbreaker. Windbreaker, rain jacket, same thing. And then I want probably I can buy these at Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, the drugstore, everywhere. You want one of those raincoats you can put in your pocket. Just takes up no space in your tote bag, no space in your pocket. So if you're really out there and drenched, my friends, we can put on one of those raincoats. And then, you know what? If I'm not in a predicament where I can dry it, fold it, save it, keep it, I can discard it and get another one. I don't like doing that. I like to reuse and upcycle, recycle, but just to let you know, that's a possibility. So dresses, don't forget the dress. The dress needs to be nice enough to go out for evening, comfy enough to hang out in bed all day. Okay, undergarments, 7 to 10 pairs of underwear. I usually take about 3 to 4 bras, depending upon what I have. One of them is usually a sports bra or a bathing suit top that I can also wear as a bra if necessary. Just kind of double dip in there. 1 or 2 pairs of, I don't bring them. I wear the leggings instead of the long underwear. But if you're a man, you may want to consider, instead of dresses, pants. But instead of the long underwear, wear the leggings. But you also want probably a tight t-shirt that's long sleeves as well. Sleepwear, I mix and match everything. So you usually catch me with one real sleepwear, and the other is kind of like soft shorts and t-shirts that I could wear in the day as well. So mix it up, do you, be comfortable, but you don't need a whole lot on a vacation like this. I also love my scarves. Scarves are absolutely wonderful to dress up an outfit as well as to keep you warm. I have been known to be cold outside, and when I do, I wrap it around my neck and I cover up my nose and my mouth. So even when it's really cold outside, late at night, I know I'm only going to 35 temperature is a low, but the scarf, I love my scarf. So it does come in handy. 1 or 2, you do you. If it's large enough and lightweight, you might be able to get away with that being one of your winter scarves as well. And then you probably want, I have these gloves that have no fingertips. So I have full function of my cameras and stuff. And I have the gloves with the fingertip on the outside so I can still do my camera and my phone. You do you, 35 degrees. I'm just going to bring the fingertipless. They're smaller, they're compact. I have them if I want them. And then I'm going to wear some kind of hat. I could wear a baseball cap of my husband's, or I can get a little beanie to go over my ears if it's really windy out, because I told you I'm going to go on nature hikes. So very excited about that. Sunglasses. These turn into sunglasses. If they don't, please, please, please get yourself a pair of sunglasses, some clip-ons onto your glasses. Do something that looks fashionable, that's going to keep you comfortable out in that blaring sun, because I'm going to be on a boat. I'm going to be in the woods. I'm going to be having fun. Vacation means vacation, y'all. Prepare for your individual journey wherever you're going. I'm just giving you examples. Shoes. I wear a pair, I bring a pair. I want one of those shoes that I bring to be waterproof, okay? We're not talking quick to dry, we're talking waterproof, because if I'm going to have the chance of stepping off of a train in snow, or I'm going to want to get by that lake and maybe through those puddles, we can't control the weather. I love my lightweight waterproof shoes. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to be talking and showing you what I use. You also want the perfect walking shoes for your everyday. I like slip-on, slip-off. Yes, they're tie shoes, okay? They're regular tennis shoes that you tie, but they've got great arch support. They're on the newer side, and I can just take my feet out of them, take my feet in them, so I'm comfy in my chair, I'm comfy in my bed, and I'm comfy on the run. An extra thought, you know where you're going. Do you want ankle boots? That might be a good idea if you're doing more hiking than I am. Or do you want flip-flops? Are you heading somewhere that would dictate being able to use flip-flops? And we're going to have it in a future video, but I've got some night slippers that are kind of like throwaway things that sometimes you get at the beauty salon. Bring those. Don't ever, ever, ever walk around a train in just your socks. You got to wear shoes on a train, on an airplane. Please, please, please wear shoes. But these slippers, they're shoes. So they're wonderful. They keep your socks clean, they keep you clean, and they're shoes. Okay, so toiletries and health. Travel-sized essentials. In France, they don't always have conditioner. And going on a train ride, what kind of shampoo are they going to give me? Or is it going to be empty and I don't want to be harassed? So just bring with you a sample travel size of your shampoo, your conditioner, your body wash, and your lotion if you need it. The train has it. All the hotels have it. Except in France. Hey, y'all, what's going on with the hair conditioner? This girl? I need air conditioner. Okay. Also, do not forget your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your floss. Yes, we should do it. Floss our teeth every day. Deodorant. Bring the kind that you want. Unless you're going on an airplane, then it's got to be in check luggage. Okay. Razor. Don't forget your razor. Hairbrush. I once forgot a hairbrush. Complete mess. I had to go and get a hairbrush before I could check into the hotel that day. But that's another story. Hairbrush, small hair products. You may want the ponytails. Hook your hair out of the way. Do you. Make sure you have what you need. Feminine hygiene products, medications, small first aid kit. It costs you no space, no weight, no trouble to have a couple of Band-Aids and maybe a Neosporin in your bag. You never know what's going to happen. And trust me, you don't want to bleed all over the place. You don't want to mess up your clothes. You don't want to have to go to something because you got a little cut on your finger because you goofed. It's okay. So sunscreen. Lip balm is also sunscreen. So you do you, but don't forget the sunscreen, because if we're out there seeing Alcatraz, we're out there doing us on the snow, you still probably need a little suntan lotion. Hand sanitizer and face wipes. Okay, if you're going on a train, you're going on a plane, you may want to consider those window wipes with the glass cleaner. You may want to consider those wipes for the tray table, for your arms on the chair. My friends, getting sick on a plane is nowhere you want to be, so I'm sure getting sick on a train, don't mess up your vacation. Bring hand wipes, bring hand sanitizer. You run out of the wipes, you put the hand sanitizer on a napkin, you clean things up. You can bring little travel size and you can replenish that. It doesn't cost that much that you would risk getting sick. Okay, so gear and miscellaneous. Day pack, small backpack, crossbody purse, anti-theft travel bag, reusable water bottle, travel laundry soap and detergent sheets. Yes, you can get those dry little sheets and wash out some undie Sundays when you're going to be spending at least 2 nights in a hotel. Travel laundry soap, detergent sheets, I said that. A power adapter. Oh, I cannot tell you. On a train, you're going to have one outlet for 2 of you. If you're in a roomette, you're going to have one outlet. Bring a power, what do they call them? Extension cord, power adapter. Lightweight gloves for touchscreen use. I described that. The fingerless, the other. Small travel umbrella. I don't bring them, but I do bring that disposable raincoat. Packable tote bag for extra foldable bags. There are a lot of cities. There are a lot of states. There are a lot of countries now that do not provide paper or plastic bags. And if they do, you're paying for them. So bring a little tote. They take up no space. They take up no weight. Bring a tote for shopping, and it's just in your other bag, your purse. It's easy. It's great for shopping as well as for laundry. So you're going back and forth to the restroom. Think about, you need that hanging bag with all your toiletries. Keep everything personal and private. Really, comes in handy. Oh, optional, but helpful. What do us sewers and quilters love? We love our lint brushes. When you're working with fabric, you're getting lint. Well, you know what? If you're going out on the town, you don't want lint. So a tiny travel size lint roller is a great idea. Compression socks for long travel days. If I can't put my feet up, I'm sad because I love putting up my feet. So consider the compression socks. Earplugs and sleep mask. If lights bother you, bring a sleep mask. We can make some here, right here on the channel. I would love to do that. We'll do a tutorial on eye mask. Earplugs. I don't care if you're listening to music or white noise. You need earplugs, because if sounds bother you, if you don't want to hear your neighbor talking to you, if you want some peace and quiet, earplugs, y'all. Travel journal or notebook. We love to craft. We love to write. But I think everybody out there that doesn't keep a journal should. because it's great to keep times. It's great to take where I took that picture, what I'm doing that day, when this is coming up, and thoughts for the next trip. Just travel journal or notebook. They can be very small, and a e-reader or small paperback. If you're on the train, you're probably, even though they say they have Wi-Fi, not all trains have Wi-Fi. You'll go through areas that are dead. And when I say dead, you're saying, I've got Wi-Fi on my gadget. I don't need Wi-Fi. Yes, you do. There are blank spots in the United States. So when you're in the United States, we have a lot of ground to cover. We have a lot of space to cover. Bring an already downloaded movie on your gadgets. Bring already downloaded books on your gadgets. I hope this has helped a little bit. I really appreciate your time. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you here again real soon. Hit that subscribe. Give me some comments. Tell me, where are you going on your next trip? I'd love to hear it. Bye.